Hi Ultimate Fam, welcome back to Ultimate Postman. My name is Lance, and today I want to talk to you about the perfect strategy to win a game I was playing with my kids last night. The name of the game is Clue, or actually it's also called Cluedo, which is a play on of the word clue and the Latin word ludo, which is I play. So Clue I play, or I play Clue. For those of you who have never played Clue or don't know it, or you need a refresher, you have a Dr. Black or Mr. Brody or Broody, depending on where you are in the world. I think Mr. Black or Dr. Black should work perfectly fine regardless of the country that you're in. He was killed, and there was a party of 6 people. They were in a mansion, and somebody killed Dr. Black or Mr. Bruto. We'll just call him Mr. Black. The detectives and the police have been called, and you're trying to figure out who did it before they get there. My best guess is you can't tell what room he was killed in or what item was used to kill him with. He was just found somewhere, and the items are skewered around the mansion. Now in reality, it should be pretty obvious to tell if somebody was shot, if they were stabbed, if they were hung by a rope, or if there was blunt force trauma. You should also be able to see where the body laid, but we're just going to assume that everybody's an idiot at this point. This mansion is composed of 9 different rooms that the murder could have happened in, between 6 different individuals with 6 different items that could have been used. Before the game starts, a random location, person, and object is placed into this confidential folder that you can either put in the middle of the board or off to the side where nobody can get access to, or it's in the eyesight for everybody to see. Then you shuffle up the rest of the cards and you divvy them out between all the players who are playing. Each player is given a detective note sheet which they use to fill out to figure out who did what based off of the cards that they have. The way this works is player rolls a dice, use that dice to move around the board. Once you get into a room, you get to make an accusation based off that room. I think it is Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the candlestick, or I think it's Miss Scarlet in the lounge with the gun. When an accusation is made, the player to the left gets to look through their cards and secretly shows the person making an accusation. If they have any of those cards, they show one of those cards to that person. If the person on the left doesn't have it, that torch is now passed to the next person in the row clockwise until you go all the way around. But only one person gets to show the card to the person making the accusation. If the person making the accusation thinks they know who it is, they can make an official accusation, but if they fail, they are out of the game for obvious reasons because they get to see who did it. Now, if nobody has any of the cards, there's 2 possibilities. Either the person who's making the accusation does have one of those cards in their possession, or nobody has any of the cards, and that is who did it. The game is ended when a person makes the correct accusation. They take a look at the cards privately to confirm, and if they've confirmed the accusation, then they can show it publicly and the game ends. That person is the winner. And of course, in real life, this wouldn't happen because detectives would not let civilians go in to try and figure out who murdered who at a certain location. And pretty obviously, you'd be able to tell if it's a gunshot wound, if it's a knife, if it's a stabbing, if it's blunt force trauma, or if a rope has been wrapped around the neck and the person's been used to be hung, or what have you. Apparently, there is actually a rule in here that states that on your turn, you can't just stay in a room. And I just found out last night when we were playing. So you have to move out of the room, and then you can move back in if you're making those accusations. Here's where we come to the perfect strategy to give you the best chance at winning the game and dominating your kids, which I did for one game last night. In the second game, I got beat out by a dice roll. I rolled a 1 when I needed a 4, and then our middle kid took the win. Here is the perfect strategy. It's to mixture between observation and diversion. With the observation point, you want to start marking down if somebody is asking for certain cards when they make their accusations. On this one, Miss Scarlet was asked for multiple times along with the lead pipe. I put question marks there just so I know, hey, this is a possibility. Somebody's looking for this, so I need to see if it's asked for. The second part of this was the deception. Let's say that you do have the lounge. The lounge is the easiest place for you to get into to start making your accusations. where you're going to accuse somebody of being in the lounge, and it might throw the other players off thinking that you don't have the lounge, so you're looking for it. But in reality, you're just trying to mark off names and items from the other players. Of course, you want to move from the lounge to the dining room of what you're actually looking for to throw off suspicion. Armed with these tactics, I did win the first game, but the second game, like I said, we all kind of figured it out pretty quickly, who it was, what they did it with. It just took us a little bit of time to eliminate rooms. Do you guys play board games? Do you guys play Clue at all? Did this help you out? Have you played stuff like Guess Who, which Mark Rober has an amazing video on how to dominate in Guess Who. Once your kids get the tactics too, it's hard to win against them. Leave a note in the comment below. Does this help you when you're playing Clue? Do strategies like this help you in other board games? Do you have a board game that you love playing? Like me, I love playing Exploding Kittens. I'm pretty dominant in that game in my household, but I think my kids are starting to catch on to how I play that game. Maybe I'll do one with that game sometime soon. Would you like to hear about that? Thanks for stopping on by and watching. This has been Lance with the Ultimate Postman. If you were to subscribe to my channel, that would be ultimate. I will catch you next time.